My name is Zach Eichelberger. I work for the nutrition education program. What me and my staff do, we go around to the schools in Lancaster, and actually now we're going to start going to the schools in Ephrata as well, and we teach kids about nutrition education. It's a great program. I love our program, and I can't say any bad thing about it because the kids don't get anything like this anywhere else. So today, everybody's here for a lunch and learn. Is anybody here for our last lunch and learn that I did? Anybody that was in it? Everybody thought everything was pretty cool last time? Yeah. So we did a lunch and learn where you got to see how much sugar was in the candy and stuff that you were eating. This was right before Halloween, so I got to scare everybody away from all the Halloween candy and everything. But today we're actually going to be talking about calories. So if you look at our little sheet that I gave you, I just call this lesson a day of calories because we're going to be talking about how many calories you should or shouldn't be getting in a day. So starting off, tell me how many calories I should be eating in a day. Or on a regular basis, how many calories should an average person get every single day? What is it? 2,000, right? 2,000. If you look at the recommendations on a food label, it says all of these are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Now, that's different for everybody though. I mean, I'm going to eat more than that or less than that depending on how much I'm working out or how tall I am. I mean, look at me. I'm 6'3", I weigh 200 pounds. I'm probably going to get more than 2,000 calories a day, especially because I work out almost every single day. So it varies depending on who you are and the person you are. So if you work out more, you're probably going to need more calories. If you work out less and you have a more sedentary lifestyle, or you have a job that you're just sitting at a desk all day, you may actually end up needing less calories than that. Now, I know there's plenty of ways to do this online. But on your sheets, I did give you two equations that if you really like math, you're more than welcome to try. So there are two equations on here that you can use to find out, again, just an estimate of about how many calories you need. Both of these do not take into account physical activity though. This is just based on if you're a man or a woman, all your height, weight, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't factor in physical activity. So again, this is just an estimate, just almost like the 2,000 calories. It's just an estimate. It kind of gives you a ballpark estimate of, yeah, this is how many I need to eat, and this is how much I should be getting throughout the day. Does anybody count calories in here? Anybody count calories throughout the day? Anybody? So I have become like a calculator with that. I go through every single day and I count everything I eat. It's an obsession. Please don't become me, okay? Don't become me. It's great to know how many calories you're eating, but as long as you know your ballpark estimate and about how many calories you're eating with each food, that's all you really need to know. Just so you make sure you're not going over. Because what happens if you go over your calorie limit? Anybody know? You start gaining weight, right? Okay, does anybody know how many calories it takes to gain 1 pound?
3,500.
3,500. Our nutritionists in the back know. Yeah, so 3,500 calories is how many calories it takes to gain 1 pound. Now, if you eat 3,500 calories in a day, that doesn't mean that you're going to gain 1 pound in a day. You have to eat 3,500 extra calories. So the first thing that you need to do is find out how many calories you need in a day. And then if you're eating over that, once you get to 3,500, that's when you start gaining weight. Now, I mean, we know that we're supposed to eat around 2,000 calories a day. Do you think it's easy to eat over 2,000 calories a day? Yes, it is extremely easy to eat over 2,000 calories a day, especially when you have snack foods at the office, especially when you have easy to grab foods at home, and especially when our food has become very, very calorie dense. There are a ton of foods out there now that people don't realize have a ton of calories in them. So today, I'm just going to give you a few tips on helping you save calories. I'm also going to give you some tips on what to look for when you go out to eat, and kind of just give you a glimpse of, hey, this looks like 2,000 calories. I'm going to help you find out exactly what 2,000 calories actually looks like. So, raise your hand if you go out to eat. Everybody raise your hand. I know you do. Everybody does. Yeah, everybody does. Don't try to deny it. Every single person here goes out to eat. Just depending on how much you go out to eat, right? Some people go every day. Some people go 3 times a day. Some people go 3 times a month. But everybody likes to go out to eat. It's a special occasion. It's just lunch. It's all different kinds of reasons you go out to eat. But do you know how much you're actually eating? Does anybody actually pay attention to how much you're eating when you go out to eat? I mean, a lot of times you just think of it as, oh, this is easy. I'm just going to grab this cheeseburger, fries, and drink and be on my way. But how many calories are you actually eating? Do you ever think about it? Some people say they do, but when you're late to a meeting, and you have to get there really quick and you have to eat something, do you really think about it? No. You're just like, this is food, this is sustenance, I'm going to eat it. I don't care what it is, I'm eating it. So, again, today, that's what I'm trying to show you. I'm going to show you how many calories there are in these foods and easy ways to find how many calories you need throughout the day. So, let's start with a couple of our favorite fast food restaurants. Be aware, what I'm going to show you may scare you away from these places. Okay? So, if you have a weak stomach when it comes to knowing how many calories you're eating, please, you're more than welcome to head out. So, guys, let's start with Burger King. Who goes to Burger King? Anybody eat Burger King in here at all? Oh, some people raising their hands, right? So you eat Burger King. That's fine. I'm not going to get on you about eating Burger King. Later, I might get on you about some stuff that's up here, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So Burger King, I've just got a regular Whopper meal, okay? Regular Whopper meal. Now, this isn't the triple Whopper or the quadruple Whopper, whatever the heck they have now. This is just the regular Whopper, all right? It also has onion rings, and instead of a drink, we decided to substitute a milkshake. Did you guys know you could do that? Oh yeah, you can do that. It's only a couple dollars more, but you can substitute out your regular sugary soda drink for a milkshake that's even more sugary and has more fat and stuff. Now, how many calories do you think this one meal has? Remember, this is just a regular quarter pounder. It's the onion rings, which is just a regular size onion ring, and a regular, not a large, milkshake. Anybody want to take a guess? Please raise your hand. Just tell me how many you think are in it. In the back.
I'm going to say about 1,800.
1,800, okay. Good guess. Do you have another guess? 2,500. Oh, so you guys are way up there already. Do you have another guess, Millie?
It's 3,500.
3,500. She went big with it. Now,
That's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot of calories, right? Now, what you guys just said is almost an entire day's worth of food, right? Well, guess what? You're almost right. This is 2,030 calories. 2,030 calories. Is that a day's worth of food for an average person?
Yeah.
Yes. The problem is that you get this at lunch. So did you eat breakfast too? And then you go home and you eat dinner as well. So that's just one example of you can get 2,000 calories in one meal. One meal. And that's pretty easy to eat, right? Especially on a hot day when you're really feeling a milkshake and you just gulp that thing down or even decide you need a large instead of a medium. So this is 2,000 calories. Now let's go to McDonald's. McDonald's, okay? So McDonald's, we decided to eat at least a little bit healthier. All right? We didn't get a burger this time. I know McDonald's is known for their burgers, but we decided, hey, I'm going to try and be a little bit healthier today. I'm going to get this crispy chicken sandwich. It's chicken. It's got to be healthier than meat, right? So you get the crispy chicken sandwich, you get a medium fry, medium drink, and then you're like, I made a healthier decision for my main meal. I'm going to treat myself, and I'm going to have a McFlurry for my dessert. So we add in all these things, and this is going to be one meal that we had for lunch today. Remember, you guys treated yourself. You deserve that McFlurry. So how many calories do you think this is? Somebody raise your hand. Tell me how many calories do you think this is? Just throw out a number. It's okay. Anybody? You want to take a guess?
That one's at least 2,500.
Okay, so 2,500, what'd you say? 3,000. Okay, so we're still really high up there. You guys are deciding to stay really high with this. So this one is 1,980. So 1,980 calories. So you may have saved a couple calories by switching from burger to chicken, but overall, you're still eating 2,000 calories at one meal. So this is an example, again, of 2,000 calories just in one sitting. Do you still eat breakfast? Yes. Do you still eat dinner? Yes, and then you still even eat those snacks that you get throughout the day, right? During those breaks or during when you have 5 minutes between clients, you're eating those snacks. So that adds up, and it makes it very easy to add up to those extra pounds that you can add on. So, Wendy's. This is one of my favorites solely because this has the Baconator in it. So, does anybody know anything about the Baconator? Has anybody ever had a Baconator? Raise your hand. I'm going to shame, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to shame anybody. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I've eaten a Baconator, and I've eaten the triple Baconator. But that was when I was in college, and this was after parties and stuff. You know what happens there. So, anyway, now in our picture here, we have the Baconator. We didn't get fries this time. Again, we decided to try and be healthier. We tried to make a healthier decision, so we decided on the baked potato. Problem is, it's a loaded baked potato. That comes with sour cream, bacon, which you already got the Baconator, but you added bacon to the thing too. So you got bacon, cheese, sour cream, butter, all that stuff on top of it. Oh man. And then you made an even healthier decision by getting the salad with ranch dressing. So, with ranch dressing. Now, you kind of opted for a large drink. I don't know why you did that, but that's okay. That's fine. I'll let that slide this time. But the one thing I want to point out about this is bacon healthy for us? In small portions, it's probably okay to have some bacon, right? As long as you're only eating very, very small amounts of it. As long as you have moderation. The Baconator is not moderation. On just the regular Baconator, there are 8 pieces of bacon. Then it starts adding 4 as you go up. So you've got 8 on your regular. You got 12 on your double, you got 16 on your triple, and it just continues to go up. I don't think they have the quadruple Baconator anymore. I hope not, because that's literally a heart attack. But the Baconator alone is 1,000 calories. Okay, it's 1,000 calories. So how many calories do you think this meal is? Take a guess. Throw it out there. Anybody? No? 3,000, right? This one is 2,030 calories. Are we starting to see a pattern? Yes. So, we're starting to see a pattern. This is 2,000 calories. This is what you should be eating in a day. Is this just one meal? Maybe not for some people. Maybe not for some people. But in college, after you've been running and working out and all that stuff, maybe I could have eaten this entire meal. So, again, I want you to see what these 2,000 calories look like when you go out to eat. That's 3 different normal restaurants that we go to for fast food. That was Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's. Those are 3 of the most popular fast food restaurants. Now, let's go to something a little bit different. IHOP. Anybody go to IHOP? Love IHOP, right? Yeah, it's great. Now, this is the classic skillet, is what it's called. It comes with 1 choice of meat. You can choose sausage or bacon. You've got eggs, potatoes, 2 flapjacks is what they call them, or pancakes, and then you've got 1 little cup of orange juice. So, how many calories is this? We should be seeing a pattern. Right around 2,000, right? Shouldn't it? Yeah, we're starting to see a pattern here. So this should be right around 2,000 calories. This meal alone is 1,990. So 1,990 calories. 10 calories away from that 2,000 mark. So that means you could probably eat 2 or 3 Skittles and then you'd be right at your 2,000 calorie mark for the day. But again, this is our breakfast. Most important meal of the day, so what we do is we've been sleeping for 8 hours. We're hungry. We go out, we eat this entire thing, and then for lunch decide to go to Wendy's to get a Baconator. So that's where you have to be very careful. You got to be very, very careful when you're eating out, because even though this meal does look like a lot, us Americans, we really tend to eat it. We tend to eat all of it. We don't like to see food go to waste, and you can't take eggs and pancakes home because they're gross after you reheat them. So you're like, I'm going to eat all this. I'm not wasting that money. So you don't want to waste your money, but guess what? You're adding those calories in just by eating those extra portions. So, Sonic milkshake. Anybody go to Sonic? Anybody go to Sonic at all? No? I don't even see Sonics very often anymore. I don't see them around a whole lot.
Yeah.
But Sonic is great. Yeah. So there's a couple of them, right? Sonic has phenomenal milkshakes. I'm not going to lie. I've had them before. They're great. They have all different kinds of great sugary drinks you can buy and all different kinds of things that are really, really bad for us. But this Sonic milkshake, which is called the Peanut Butter Caramel Pie milkshake, this is their large. This, by itself, has 2,090 calories. By itself. By itself. Now, when you go to Sonic, most people aren't going just to get a drink or a milkshake. They get a meal and then they get their milkshake. So you got a double cheeseburger, fries, and a soda, and then you decide that I'm going to share a large milkshake with my significant other. But guess what? That milkshake is 2,000 calories. So you're still adding on 1,000 calories just between the two of you. Split it by 4, you're still getting 500 calories just from a milkshake. So this is a very good example of where they can hide calories. Guys, they will add calories wherever they can. 2,000 calories for one drink? You can finish this in 15 minutes. And then, again, you probably ate dinner, you probably ate lunch, and you probably ate breakfast. So this is an example of a very easy way to get 2,000 calories and at least half a pound of fat. So, anybody go to Chipotle? Probably not after the salmonella outbreak thing they had, right? But Chipotle is pretty good. Chipotle is pretty good. Their food is actually pretty good for you as long as you're not getting the burritos. The burritos are what? The size of a small child, right? Yeah, they're the size of a small child. But the problem with the calories in that come from the actual tortilla itself. Have you ever seen those things? They're huge. I mean, they're like 2 feet wide. They're gigantic, and that's the reason they weigh like 9 pounds, you know. So this meal alone is 1,991 calories. Almost 800 calories of that come from the tortilla. You take away the tortilla, you get rid of a lot of the calories. So you get rid of a lot of the calories here. Now, anybody like the Cheesecake Factory? Anybody like Cheesecake Factory? Oh my gosh, their food is phenomenal. I'm not going to ruin cheesecake for you. We all know cheesecake's bad, okay? Let's just leave it at that. But you decide to get the chicken Alfredo, right? The chicken Alfredo. Anybody like chicken Alfredo? It's my fiance's favorite meal. Oh my gosh, she would eat it all the time, and every single time she eats it, I say, you know how bad that is for you? And she hates it every single time.
She don't be wanting to hear
But exactly, she doesn't want to do that. Yeah, so Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory. How many calories do you think this is? 2,370. 2,370 calories for this one bowl. And then you're at a Cheesecake Factory. Are you going to not get cheesecake? No, you're going to get cheesecake. And then sometimes each slices of those cheesecake can be around 1,000 calories, depending on what kind you are getting. So, brings me to my next one, Pizza Hut. I was actually surprised by this one. You get 2 pieces of pizza, 2 wings, 2 pieces of this little cookie pizza, a thing of ranch, and a big, large Mountain Dew. Now, this, like our pattern, is right around 2,000 calories. This is 2,020 calories. But you're actually getting a pretty good amount of food. I was surprised by this one. But here's my thing with this. Who likes ranch dressing when you're eating hot wings? Anybody eat hot wings with ranch dressing? Okay. How many people eat those little packets of Chick-fil-A sauce when you go to Chick-fil-A with your chicken nuggets and stuff? Anybody? Okay, so people don't realize how bad condiments are for you. They don't realize it. They eat these condiments and they're like, oh yeah, that doesn't have any calories in it, or they don't even think that it has calories in it. Each one of those little Chick-fil-A packs has between 100 and 150 calories. Each little one. Each little one. You know those packs of ketchup you get, those little boxes, those little new boxes of ketchup that you can squeeze out or peel open? Each one of those has, I think it's 75 calories, 60 calories or something. Because it's 3 or 4 servings of ketchup. But ketchup has 15 calories per serving. So, again, people don't realize that even the condiments they're eating actually do have calories in them. Something you need to remember, something to pay attention to, especially when you're eating hot wings, when you're dipping it in those giant vats of ranch dressing that they give you. So, this is, I don't think you guys have these here, but this is a Maggiano's. Anybody know Maggiano's at all? So, it's just like a coffee and bakery, okay? It's a coffee shop and bakery shop. This is a piece of chocolate cake. Just like our Cheesecake Factory cake, this cake is really bad for us. We also added in an espresso just to make sure we got over that 2,000 calorie limit, but this is 2,010 calories. 2,010 calories for one piece of cake and one little coffee drink. So, when you go out to eat, you decide, we should stop and get coffee after this. stop and get coffee, you decide, hey, that cake looks pretty good too. I think I should have a piece of cake as well. So remember, even the smaller things, one piece of cake can have 2,000 calories, 1 day's worth of food in one snack. Now, Starbucks. Okay, I'm not going to go too far into Starbucks, but most of Starbucks calories are going to come from the liquid drinks. I mean, that's where it's going to come from. You can see there's not a whole lot of food on here. If you decided you wanted a Frappuccino for breakfast or even one of these hot coffees for breakfast, then you went to Starbucks for lunch and got a grilled cheese and another coffee, and then for dinner you decided I'm going to have popcorn and this big large Frappuccino, that's your day. This is 2,000 calories, it's 2,035, but you can see you can get a lot of stuff, but you can also see that most of the calories are going to be liquid calories. Almost all of them. Almost all of them are liquid. And again, when people go to Starbucks, they don't think about the calories in the actual drink. Most of the time, they only think of calories when they eat something, when they physically eat it. But remember, calories can also be in drinks. So, Subway. Everybody knows Subway. Everybody knows it, right? Subway is great for us. It's one of those better things. Just stay away from Jared. Now, guys, so Subway is great. Subway is actually one of those restaurants that I would say if you have to eat out, go there. You know, I know that some of their food may not be the best in the world, but it actually is a little bit more healthier for you and you can get healthier options. This you can actually get breakfast, lunch, and dinner at and have 2,000 calories in a day. You can go to Subway and you can get the egg omelet wrap that they have. You can go for lunch, get a sub, and then for dinner you can get a soup and a salad. And that's all 3 of your meals. And a lot of people, that's what they can eat. And altogether, this one is 2,010 calories. Almost right on the money for that, 2,000 calories. So, anybody go to Ruth Chris's Steakhouse? Have you ever been there before?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Their steaks are fantastic. You know why?
They cook them in a pound of butter.
Oh yeah, there we go. These things are full of butter. Guys, a steak shouldn't be bad for you. Eating a steak shouldn't be that bad. Now, a serving of steak is only what? The 4 ounces that you're supposed to eat at a time is 1 serving. Now, you go here and you've got like the 16 ounces that you can buy. But steak shouldn't be that bad for you. Steak shouldn't be bad. Even 16 ounces of steak should only run you like 1,200 calories or something like that. So, this alone, and now they did add in a martini drink, okay? You can drink one of those too. This is almost 2,000 calories. It's 1,900 calories. But what they do when they cook the steak is they take this huge slab of butter and just stick it right on top. Just for you guys, and then it just melts all over. And when it comes out on your plate, on here, it looks dry, but I guarantee you there's a lot more butter than that on your plate whenever it does come out to your table. So, again, you also have to look at how they're cooking things. Are they cooking it steamed? Are they cooking it with butter? Are they broiling it? What are they doing to it to actually make the calories count? So, this is 2,000 calories, 1 steak, 1 drink. All right, I'm gonna get some people to hate me now. Who likes Olive Garden? Oh man, everybody loves Olive Garden, right? Especially those breadsticks. If you go to Olive Garden, who eats more than 1 breadstick? It's okay if you do. I've done it. I will continue to do it most likely. But each one of those is 150 calories. So 150 calories doesn't sound bad, right? But then you add in the salad, which is also 150 calories, because and that's only for a cup. A cup of salad is not a lot. And then they bring you endless salad and endless breadsticks and just keep throwing them at you, hoping that you won't think about how many calories are in your actual meal. So, in the actual meal, this is the tour of Italy. The tour of Italy by itself is 1,500 calories. That includes a little bit of pasta, but it includes meat and chicken parmesan, I think is what that is. So, and then I think they did throw in a glass of wine here for you guys as well. And P.F. Chang's. Anybody ever been to P.F. Chang's? Love P.F. Chang's, and I'm so happy that they're opening one in Lancaster. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. They are opening one. So P.F. Chang's is actually a pretty good option. It's a pretty good option for us, guys. So this is 3 sets of meals that you've got here. So you've got an appetizer, and then you have 2 other meals here, plus the dessert and a drink. Most of these are for actually sharing. So you would essentially be splitting this between 2 people. And this alone is 2,015 calories. Not bad. You're still at 1,000 calories if you were to eat half of this stuff, but that's a lot better than some of the other stuff that we've been eating. So that's 2,000 calories. And just so everybody knows, these guys don't sponsor me or anything. Just, I just want everybody to know that. I wish they did. That'd be nice. But I'm not saying this solely because I like these places or dislike them. I'm just trying to give you an example of what a day's meal looks like, or what a day's worth of calories actually looks like. So some people may not heard of Shake Shack, but it's kind of like Five Guys. They have really good cheeseburgers, they make really good shakes, and they have fries. I mean, this is your normal meal that you would eat maybe on vacation or something, right? One where you think that you should definitely just treat yourself. You have a double cheeseburger, you've got fries, and you got a milkshake. That one is, most of the time, if people are going to look at this, would they say it's good for me? No. But this is exactly 2,000 calories. Exactly 2,000. So, anybody like cinnamon bun? When you're walking through the mall, it's the first thing you smell. You walk in, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get one of those. That's next on my list. That's my first stop. And I deserve it because I'm going to walk around the mall 16 times. Now, this alone is not 2,000 calories. But again, I want to give you kind of a glimpse of some other calorie estimates. This one is 1,100 calories. This is also not their largest one. This is just their cinnamon pecan, which is one of the smaller ones. But they do have the jumbo kind that you can get, and when you're carrying those around, it's huge. So those are a lot more calorie dense, but this is only 1,100 calories. So still, I would not suggest eating it by yourself, walking around the mall, but it's a little bit, it's still pretty high in calories. So finally, I've got these last two things. Now, I'm not going to go over each one of these. I'm actually going to pass these around so you can see them. These are two examples of meals that you can cook at home. And each one of them, on the back, you can see how many calories are in them. This one, which has a pretty good amount of stuff with it, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is 1,882 calories. These are all things that you can eat at home or take with you to lunch, anything like that. This one is 2,077. So I'm going to pass these around. You guys can look at them. But these are meals that you can make at home. So this is just an example of, these are 2,000 calories at home that you can cook. While these things, including that one Sonic milkshake, are 2,000 calories that you can get out when you go out to eat. So sometimes, even though it is easier to eat out, to go out to eat and eat something that somebody else made for you, you can not only save money, but you can also save calories by trying to make your food at home. So that was the big gist of what I kind of wanted to show you today. Now I have another activity, but I do want everybody to be able to eat. So if everybody would like, please, if you can form an orderly line and go ahead and eat and grab your food, we have one more activity that I would like to do. On your papers, I had the eat this, not that columns, and I'll just go over them really quickly. So you definitely want to pick grilled chicken over encrusted chicken. So when you're getting anything that's encrusted or fried, you want to stay away from that. The biggest reason I did this little column thing, or my team helped me put this together, was because I wanted you to see keywords. I wanted you to see the keywords to look for when you actually do go out to eat and you're looking at a menu. Grilled is always going to be something that's a lot better than fried or encrusted or, bread encrusted, something like that. So grilled is much better. When you look at pasta, Alfredo sauce is always going to be a creamy sauce, so it's usually going to have heavy cream and things like that in it, which makes it worse for us. So if you can pick red sauces, like tomato sauces, that will be a lot better for you. So marinara and things like that. Sauteed versus steamed vegetables. Steamed is always the way to go because sauteed vegetables usually mean they're sauteed in some sort of oil. So they're going to have oil, which adds fat, and it does add calories as well. When you're eating either fresh fruit or dried fruit, fresh fruit is always going to be the way to go because dried fruit sometimes does have added sugar to it to make it taste a little bit better for you. Clam chowder soup versus chicken noodle soup. Hey, you guys are eating chicken noodle soup today. Very good. That's going to be the better option. Clam chowder soup, again, is one of those that has a lot of cream in it. And because it has that extra cream, it's going to add extra calories and fat. Balsamic vinaigrette dressing versus ranch dressing. I think we all know the answer to this one. But the vinaigrette dressing is going to have less calories because it doesn't have that cream or the mayonnaise base that ranch does. So broiled shrimp versus fried shrimp. Remember, I think this one says fried shrimp, but fried shrimp is what we're looking for. Now, fried shrimp versus broiled, again, fried is one of those key words that you want to stay away from because fried usually means that it has oil and a lot more fat in it. And shrimp is pretty good for us if you're eating it by itself. So, Cheerios versus Frosted Mini Wheats. Cheerios are going to be the better option because the Frosted Mini Wheats have more sugar in them. French fries versus baked potato. We know this one, right? Yeah, we should know that the baked potato is going to be better until you start adding copious amounts of butter, sour cream, cheese, all that kind of stuff to it. So, French fries are good, or French fries taste good, baked potatoes better, but again, remember, you got to stay away from adding too many of those condiments or any of the extras to the baked potato. Chips and salsa versus chips and queso. Queso, cheese is always going to have more fat in it than the salsa will. So if you are eating chips and salsa, try to stick with that instead of the chips and queso. So I have one more little fun activity to do. You guys can win prizes today. We have 10 minutes left, so hopefully everybody can win prizes. But these prizes, I'm going to make less fun for you. So I have some foods up here. These are all snack foods that you get to take home with you. I don't have any doors to put them behind or anything like that, but you get to take these foods home with you. And you get to take them home with you, for one, only if you want them. But secondly, each one of these up here has how many calories are in these, okay, are in each one of these little packets of food or drinks. I want you to tell me how many of a certain exercise or how much of a certain exercise you're going to have to do in order to burn each one of these off. So, for instance, Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, one bag. You get these on a trip, you stop at a gas station, and you eat these in the car on the way up to wherever you're going, right? You probably eat the whole bag. You also get a soda or something with it, but this bag, on the back, if you look at the food label, it says it has 140 calories. That's per serving. Remember that. Now, that's why I gave you this. I gave you this cool little tool to say exactly how to read a food label. This, they try to trick you. They say, oh, this only has 140 calories per bag. But if you're not reading the food label correctly, it says 140 calories per serving. And there's 3 servings in here. So there's 3 servings of chips. So it's 140 calories times 3. It's 8 grams of fat times 3. So you have to multiply each one of these things by 3. Altogether, this has 440 calories. All right? Now, for anybody that would like to play the game or anybody that would like to guess, tell me how many, let's see here. It's not on here. So, how about this? Tell me how many. Oh, no, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. Sorry. I missed it. So, how many minutes of lunges you would have to do in order to burn 440 calories off? The person that's the closest, who gets it first, will get the bag of Doritos. And remember, as you're walking back to wherever you have to go, just start doing lunges because you're going to have to burn it all off. So, anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to take?
30 minutes?
So, you said 30 minutes. 30 minutes is incorrect.
45 minutes?
What'd you say?
45 minutes?
45 minutes is closer.
Oh.
I'd say 60 minutes.
Still close. Still
90.
close. We'll get 2 more guesses.
90.
90, and how about one more? Anybody else want to take another guess? 50. It is 50 minutes of lunges. 50 minutes. So close. 50 minutes of lunges. So remember, it's okay to eat them, but make sure that you're doing those lunges all throughout the day to help you get rid of that. Now, we've got a healthier snack. I've got a little cranberry health mix. It has nuts, it has cranberries, it has some good stuff in it. Each one of these is 160 calories. Not too bad, right? It seems like it's a pretty good snack. But remember, you want to be careful because 160 calories can add up. And this is a handful for me. So could I eat probably more than one of these? Probably. So, again, some people could eat maybe 2 of these. They bring 2 of these plus a thing of fruit for lunch. That's healthier, but the calories still add up. So, 160 calories. I would like to know how many minutes of jump rope you would have to do to burn this off. How many? What'd you say?
15.
15. Very good, Millie. Very good. You win.
That's
You win. Awesome
the bag
job.
of
So,
Skittles, right?
what?
Is that the bag of Skittles?
Oh, no. That's probably a little bit more. That's probably a little bit more. Now, this one is one of my favorites because people don't know this. Anybody like Pop-Tarts or give Pop-Tarts to their kids? Anybody? So, when I was a kid, I used to love Pop-Tarts until I found out how bad they were for me. Not only do they have sugar, but this is just the brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tarts. These are just like your regular base Pop-Tarts. Everybody picks these. And most people think they're a little bit healthier because they don't have all that added, like, colorful stuff on them. Each Pop-Tart, not pack, each individual Pop-Tart is 210 calories. So a pack of Pop-Tarts is 420 calories. What I'd like to know is how long would you have to walk to burn this off? How long would you have to walk to burn this whole pack off? How many minutes or hours would you have to walk to burn this off? Anyone want to take a guess? Or does nobody want the Pop-Tarts?
I'm going to guess 4 hours.
So 4 hours, okay? Anybody else have a guess? I'll tell you, that's a little high. That's a little high. That's a good guess, though. That's a little high.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Very good job. Hour and a half. So, do you want to pass the Pop-Tarts down there? Make sure that she gets them. You don't want them? You don't want them? Does anybody else want the Pop-Tarts? If anybody wants them, you can have them. I don't want them. I'm not going to eat them. So, just remember, you'll have to walk an hour and a half if you do decide to eat both of those. So, we've got another Nutter Butter bar. Did anybody used to take these for lunch? When I was a kid, I used to love taking these things for lunch. So, the Nutter Butter bar, together, both of these, is 330 calories. 330 calories. What I would like to know is how many squats you would have to do to burn off 330 calories. Does anybody else want to take a guess?
How many squats?
How many squats? I want to know how many squats you have to do to burn off 330 calories. Anybody want to take a guess?
75.
More than that.
150.
More than that.
Oh.
Less than that.
300.
You're close. I think you said it. 330, yeah. So every squat you do pretty much burns almost 1 calorie, as long as you're doing it right. So there you go. Very good. Very good. Don't forget to do your squats. All right. So we've got Buffalo Ranch nibs. And I call these things nibs. We're from the South. I don't know if anybody else calls these nibs, but little crackers. They have the little sandwich cracker things. Each one of these is 190 calories per pack. Okay, so it's pretty much 30 calories, almost 30 calories per cracker. Okay, per cracker. So, I would like to know, though, how many sit-ups you would have to do in order to burn this off. We want to take a guess. So, 190 calories. How many sit-ups would you have to do to burn this off? More than 200.
Wow.
You're not burning too many calories just sitting there doing sit-ups. So, anybody else want to take another guess?
340?
More than 340. You guys are way off.
500.
You're closer. She said 1,000.
Really?
What'd you say?
So, I'll tell you, and if anybody wants this, you can have it. So, it's 1,260 sit-ups.
Wow.
Would anybody like this?
I don't want it. But just to let you know, you burn 10 to 15 calories per 100 sit-ups.
There you
You
go.
don't burn very many calories while you're doing your sit-ups.
So,
So you're aware.
there you go. That's how many calories we're burning. So,
More squats and less sit-ups. That's more.
Well, if you do a good sit-up or do like
what about Cliff Bars? Anybody like Cliff Bars? Anybody ever had these before? These are promoted to us as a healthy bar, right? And I'm not saying they're not healthy, but each bar, each one of these, has 250 calories. 250 calories. So this is a very easy way to get a lot of calories. So 250 for this one, where some bars only have 100 or 150. This has 100 to 150 more than those other bars. So you got to be very careful. Always read the nutrition label. So 250 calories. How many jumping jacks do you think you have to do? How many jumping jacks?
sit-ups?
250.
250, very good. Now, with that 250 though, you have to make sure that you're keeping a moderate intensity. You can't be just, you have to actually be doing something. You have to be working a little bit for it. So, would you like to pass that down? Please, thank you. Everybody was waiting for these. I know everybody was. Don't pretend like you weren't. Everybody knows that they're going to want these. Now, this has 240 calories. If you look at the back here, it says 240 calories. What's the problem with that?
Serving.
Per serving. There are 2 servings. So it's 480 calories for this. Oh, wait. It says right there, sharing size. Is anybody going to actually share this? No. So, guys, 480 calories, right? 480 calories. And I would like to know, let's see here, how far you'd have to run to burn this off.
How far?
How far? How many miles?
Probably a mile and a half.
More than a mile and a half.
3.5.
So, more than 2.5.
5.
5 miles is how far you have to run. You are burning approximately
You're sharing.
100 calories per mile, depending on your intensity. Around 100 calories per mile. But at a moderate intensity, you have to run 5 miles. So, if anybody would like to stay for the second class, I have another pack that I'm giving you. So you guys know So, Monster Energy drink. Well, again, a lot of people don't look at calories in drinks. They don't look at calories in drinks. What I want to know is how long would I have to play tennis to burn off the 210 calories that are in this? 210 calories, how many minutes would I have to play tennis? For the whole can, yes. And it's 210 for the whole can, but on here it says 110. Okay, so 110 calories is what it says, but it's 210 for the whole can. You want to take a guess? How many minutes you'd have to play tennis for? Anybody? No? That's okay, I'll tell you. So, it's 30 minutes you'd have to play tennis, and that's non-stop, moving around for 30 minutes. So, very, very good. And finally, Gatorade. Everybody thinks a Gatorade is a really good drink after a workout, which it is pretty good to help you replenish your electrolytes and all that stuff. But remember, it does have calories. So, it's 120 calories for this one. But remember, there's other ones that are out there that are a lot fatter than this. They're bigger than this. So, how many minutes of light gardening? This is a good one. Light gardening. What I have to do
1 hour
to burn this off. Now I'm talking about digging, guys. I'm digging a hole here. How many calories do I burn off? It's 25 minutes. Would anybody like this? No? No? You want it? I brought them for you guys today. So, there you go, Seth. Yep. All right, guys. Hey, that concludes my lesson for today. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And hopefully I'll see you guys at least in the next couple months. It would be very nice.